Hi guys, this is Matt Dollar, and today we're going to watch my first match from this year's Georgia Team Invitational. It's a match play tournament, and I am playing for the homie team where I'm also the captain, and I'm also the tournament director for this event. So I'm playing against Tyler Harbin, who's probably the best player north of Birmingham in Alabama. And he is playing for the Huntsville team called Team Wildfire this weekend. We're starting on hole 6 at North Georgia Canopy Tours here in Lula, Georgia. It's a par 5. It's the only par 5 on the course, but it's a fun hole.
Yeah. Nice, Tyler. That's a good place to be. Right.
So Tyler threw a good drive, a little right, but he's out here in the field, and you can see that gap that he's trying to hyzer into there. The basket sits at the top of that hill. A lot of times I just try to smash over the top here and hope to get lucky and get an easy birdie, but today I tried to lay up into the gap with my Justice, and I threw it just a hair too far, so you can see the basket there at the top of the hill on the left. Less than 200 feet probably to the basket from here, but it's really uphill. I'm trying to poke a recycled spark through that little hole and caught a tree, or a tree branch I guess, and it dropped me down on the road just short of the green. Tyler went a little wide, but he penetrated in and found a little hole. Throw a nice side arm. Very good shot from Tyler there. And that should give him the easy birdie, so I really need to make this just to not lose the hole.
Nice.
And that is a solid first putt of the day. Especially when I didn't get too much warm-up time. So here we are on hole 7. And it is an awesome hole. You see that tight, very tight wooded fairway, jail off of each side, but completely fair up the middle. 375 feet with a slight turn to the left at the end. This is a great hole. I threw a really good shot, and Tyler follows it up with a really good shot too. If you birdie this hole, you usually think you're going to win a hole, but it's tough competition playing in the 1 slot in any big team tournament. Oh, Tyler gives it a good bid, but just doesn't quite get it high enough.
Nice putt. Thank you.
And that birdie gets me 1 up after 2 birdies in a row to start. This hole 8 is the shortest hole in the course and probably the easiest hole in the course. But you still have to hit your line, and you still have to throw it straight.
Oh yeah. Skip in.
And if you throw a little too hard, you slide on past and end up with a long putt. But Tyler and I both threw good shots and both going to get the birdie. So I start out with 3 in a row, and I'm 1 up on Tyler after 3 holes. Hole 9 here is just a beautiful hole. Throwing up that gap that slightly goes uphill. You can see the basket there at the top. This hole's about 300 feet. I actually hit a thumber ace on this hole last year in this tournament, playing match play. But I kind of gave up on that and started throwing the backhand. I went with the compass this time, hyzered a little early. Me and Tyler both hit that same bush right there on the left. Tyler pulls a little wide, but that'll give him the easy 3. Got to make this one to win the hole.
Wow.
Boom, second long putt of the round. And started with 4 birdies in a row. Good grief. Didn't really get a good shot on that one. That was my recycled spark.
I might cut real right to it.
Actually, that may have been a really beat up stiletto. I felt the headwind and thought it would turn and then have that late comeback finish that you need to park this 400-foot hole. But didn't quite put enough on it and pretty much threw it in the worst place you can throw it. I did get a little lucky not to go further in though, and I had a little window to throw a forehand roller out of, but I couldn't get any power on it. So that was about the best I could hope for. Tyler lays up, forces me to make the 50 or 60 footer to tie the hole. And I just threw it right over the top.
Yeah.
You could hear me say there that I didn't want to miss it short. So hole 11 is a really cool par 4, and you got to throw it about 260 to 280 feet, maybe just a hair under 300, really straight, to land in a gap that will send you the rest of the way, which is almost a 90-degree turn to the right. So I'm just throwing a beat up mace, trying to land in that gap so that I'll have another 200-foot, 220-foot straight shot. But I actually outdrove the gap just a little bit there. So Tyler looks like he's going to get a 4, is what I'm thinking. So I pretty much want to get the 3 here. I have a really tight sidearm gap. And that's one of the best sidearms I'm going to throw, period.
Get up, man.
I've really been working on my sidearm a lot this year, and that was a really good one. Had to throw it with hyzer to hit the particular gap, so I threw something a little understable with hyzer. So Tyler putting for a 4 here. And this is that putt. Just went ahead and conceded. As you can see, I'm right there, short right of the basket. So I'm 2 up after 6 holes.
Wow.
And this is the famous chicken coop hole at North Georgia Canopy Tours. It's hole number 12. It's 365 feet. And you just got to throw something really straight and really low.
Oh, yeah.
If you miss high at all, you touch the ceiling and it knocks you straight down. But if you throw it low, you can skip or slide most of the way there. Tyler needs to make this putt just to keep the match alive. Comes up just a bit to the right. And my 6th birdie of the first 7 holes will end our match. And make sure you check back to watch other matches against top pros from all over the South, including Zach Melton. And up next will be Tim Keith. I really appreciate you guys watching, and thanks to Carla Seward for filming, and Latitude 64 for my disc.